Writing a scientific paper. First step. Any kind of scientific paper will consist of several sections like abstract, introduction, literature cited, and etc. And each section will answer the specific question about the topic you have chosen. For example, what is the problem? It means what kind of problem are you going to investigate or research in your paper. First step of writing a scientific paper is choosing a topic. You should choose a topic which interests and challenges you, and you should focus on the limited aspects. It means if you are working in the field of translation, you can be more specific with choosing English and Uzbek translation, and you can be even more specific with choosing translation of scientific texts from English into Uzbek. Well, next thing you're gonna do is to ask yourself important questions. Is there enough research available on this topic? Is the topic new and unique enough that I can offer fresh opinions and others? You have to pick something you like. Whenever possible, choose a topic that you feel passionate about, because if you are interested in one thing, it makes your product more successful. Stay original. If you are writing a research paper for a class, consider the other students. Try to answer the questions. Is it likely that they will also be writing about your topic? How can you make your paper more unique and interesting? Get advice. If you are struggling to come up with a topic that feels just right, ask your professor for help. Asking a professor for help may seem frightening, but if they are worth anything as a professor, they want you to be successful with your work and will do what they can to make it happen. Don't be afraid to change your topic. If you choose a topic, begin researching and realize that it isn't the right decision for you for some reason, don't worry. Also, it requires a bit of more time. You have the ability to change your topic even after you begin researching the others. Well, next step is finding an information. Surf the net. For general and background information, check out useful URLs, general information online, almanacs or encyclopedias online such as Britannica. Use search engines and other search tools as a starting point. Begin your research. With the topic selected, the next step is to begin research. Research comes in numerous forms, including web pages, journal articles, books, encyclopedias, interviews, the blog posts, among others. Well, next thing you're gonna do is to look for empirical information. Whenever possible, look for peer-reviewed empirical information. You can find this kind of information in your library. Take a trip to your local library or university library. Also, it may seem old-fashioned, libraries are chock full of helpful information and research materials like newspapers, magazines, journals. You can also enter the online site of the libraries, international libraries, and so on. Use academic databases. There are special search engines and academic databases available that search through thousands of peer-reviewed or scientifically published journals, magazines, and books. Also, many of those require a paid membership to use. If you are a current student in college or a university, you have free access through your university membership. Get creative with your research. If you find one really awesome book or journal that fits your topic perfectly, try looking in the works cited. It means you go to the end of the work and look through the bibliography. Step 3. State your thesis. Do some critical thinking and write your thesis statement down in one sentence. Your thesis statement is likely like a declaration of your belief, and the main portion of your essay will consist of arguments to support and defend this belief. Last step is make a tentative outline. Once you have gathered all your research, print it out and gather post-its or anything you need to mark notes in the books, magazines you are using. Write an annotation to make your outlining and paper writing easier in the end. As you mark off important pieces in the research, add your own commentary and notes explaining to yourself where you might use it in your paper. Organize your notes. Annotating your research can take quite a bit of time, but needs to be taken one step further in order to add a bit more clarity for the outlining process. Organize your notes by collecting all of your highlighted phrases and ideas into categories based on topic. For example, if you are writing about a work of literature, you could organize your research into a list of notes on the characters, a list of references to certain points in the plot, a list of symbols the author presents at, and etc. Try writing each quote or item that you marked onto an individual note card. That way you can rearrange and lay out your cards however you would like. Color code your notes to make it easier. Write down a list of all the notes you are using from each individual resource and then highlight each category of information in a different color. Consult a preliminary bibliography. As you go through your notes, mark down the author, page number, title, and publishing information for each resource. Home task. Search for a linguistic database in the internet, choose the topic that seems interesting to you, and prepare a list of bibliography for the topic. That was the end. Thank you very much for your attention.